What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today we are talking about the latest from Zoya. I've got their Sweetie collection for spring 2026. Now before we get into it, if you haven't heard of Zoya before, they are a mainstream salon nail polish brand and all of their polishes are 10 free, meaning they are free of 10 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish. They're vegan, meaning they do not use any animal derived ingredients, and they're also cruelty free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. And they just released this spring collection. We've got 6 new colors, 5 of which are mostly cream based with like a little bit of shimmer in them, and then we have 1 topper. And I will say, even though you probably know I'm not usually a huge fan of spring collections, but this color story absolutely spoke to me and I was so excited to try these. The colors are just so vibrant and also like dreamy. They don't have that sort of pastel grayness that I usually see this time of year. So I thought that this was going to be the best collection ever, but I gotta say, I have some thoughts on them. So yeah, I will talk about that in the swatches. But before we get into the swatches, I do want to talk about the sponsor for today's video, which is BetterHelp. I actually first heard of BetterHelp back in like 2016, I think, when I was going through a time that I felt very alone and I was really struggling. I just feel like I didn't have the resources around me or the support to be able to change my situation. And I remember feeling like very overwhelmed and I didn't know how to move forward and I didn't know how to make a change. I don't want to get too specific, but basically I was just looking at my life and I felt like I didn't like the direction that it was heading. I wasn't happy anymore and I felt like I had nobody to help me through it. And why am I tearing up? This was so long ago. I didn't have anybody to talk to, and I also didn't have anybody who was like on my side, and the people around me didn't agree with the idea of going to therapy. So that's actually when I decided to try therapy through BetterHelp. So I signed up, I got matched with a therapist, and it ended up being a really big turning point for me. Just having somebody in my corner and somebody who was able to give me the tools and resources that I needed to make my situation better made such a huge difference for me. And it really just helped me build the confidence that I needed to figure out my situation and eventually get out of that situation and make the life changes that I needed to make in order to be happy. Personal story aside, if you're not familiar, basically BetterHelp is an online therapy website that just makes it easier to get started. So you take a quick quiz, you get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can communicate in a way that works for you. So you can do text messages, you can do video calls, you can do phone calls, which was honestly incredibly helpful for what I was going through because I didn't have to go out anywhere. And if you ever feel like your therapist isn't the right fit, you can also switch at any time, which is also really great. So you can find somebody who works perfectly for you. I know therapy can be a really big step, but even just having the space to talk things through and gain perspective can be so meaningful. And it's just something that I really advocate for. So if you're interested in trying BetterHelp, you can click on the link in the description, or you can go to betterhelp.com/Kelly Marissa and you can get 10% off your first month. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. It kind of feels like such a full circle moment for me, being in that place and using BetterHelp when I was at one of the lowest points in my life versus now when I'm in such a better place thanks to the therapist that I was able to see through BetterHelp. I don't know, I'm just really appreciative. So thank you again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video, but now let's get into the swatches and I will calm myself down. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. I believe this was the Cirque base coat. So I'll start off with this shade Arden. This one is a really light, icy blue kind of shade. It feels like a pastel, but we also have a really intense, almost greenish iridescent shimmer running throughout that kind of makes it a little bit brighter. And even though this probably was, to me, the least exciting color of the collection, I still thought it was really pretty, but as you can see, 2 coats did not look great on my nails, and I do have short nails, so I was kind of expecting this to work out a little bit better, but it was so streaky and patchy, and that kind of set the tone for this whole collection for me. But I ended up applying a 3rd coat. It did give me full opacity, but I just feel like this isn't a light enough color to justify needing 3 coats for, especially for being a shimmer. I'm kind of used to Zoya having a better formula than this, so I was a little bit disappointed disappointed, even though I will say the end result does look pretty. Next up we have the shade Fia, and this one is another blue, this time in more of a periwinkle tone. And again, we have a very slight shimmer running throughout here, but it's really interesting. I feel like it doesn't really add to the polish, and it kind of just made the formula a little bit thicker and less self-leveling. So honestly, I kind of wish that they had skipped out on that. I feel like you can't see the shimmer, but you can see that it didn't really even out on my nails nicely. Again, the end result is nice. It is a really pretty color, but I just feel like the formula is not what I expected of Zoya, and I was kind of hoping that it would be that really good cream finish formula that they do. And then we have the shade Lila, and this was the color I was the most excited about because we have this really beautiful, soft, slightly cool toned purple cream shade. And I'm not gonna lie, I never do this, but I ended up swatching this one 3 times because the first couple of times I swatched it, I was like, did I not shake this enough? Like, why is it so watery? Why is it pulling on my nails so weirdly? And I also was like, maybe it's reacting with the base coat or something. But no matter how many times I tried this one, it was just like the most watery, streaky formula. And I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but again, end result is pretty. I just feel like, why was this formula so bad? I'm so confused because again, I expect better from Zoya. And then we have the shade Daria. This is kind of a pinky purple orchid color, and this one isn't a cream finish. And if you look at this swatch, this is what I expect from Zoya. This is what their formula usually is for me. A one coat, super glossy, really impressive finish, very self-leveling, really easy to apply. Like, this is what I thought the entire collection would be because this is the kind of formula that they normally put out. I'm almost wondering if maybe I got a bad batch or if they were sitting out in the heat too long, because I don't understand why the rest of them didn't perform well, but this one was really good. And then we have the shade Lolly. This one is just a simple pink cream shade, and again, this one was a good formula. This is another kind of formula that I expect from Zoya, and it is a pretty simple color, but it did perform well. I feel like it was slightly thinner, so if you do have longer nails than me, you might need a third. But again, these last 2 polishes, I think that they performed fine, and if all the polishes were like this, I would feel that the collection was a huge win. But for whatever reason, the collection was just very patchy, streaky, and kind of watery for me. And then last but not least, we have the shade Sugar, and this one is a topper. So it's actually described as a rose gold, but we do have a lot of variety in the little iridescent flecks here. It has some gold, some silver, some like champagne-y color, and then a little bit of like a pinky tinge. And then there are also some slightly larger golden hex glitters running throughout. So first I wanted to show you what it looked like if I built up coverage. So I ended up applying 3 coats, and I thought this was really pretty. It's just like a nice, subtle, but very sparkly kind of manicure. You can still see the visible nail line. It's kind of a natural color, but it also feels very elegant and like really nice for a party kind of vibe. And then trying it as a topper, I also really enjoyed it this way. The only thing that I didn't love about this formula was that the larger glitters were so sparse in there that they kind of looked unintentional. Like, it looked like those bigger golden hex pieces were in there by accident, and then I just got one of them on my nails, because this just doesn't feel like an intentional enough manicure. You can see on this color, I didn't end up getting any of the larger glitters on there, and I feel like it just looked a lot better and more consistent. So I would probably just want to wipe off any of the gold pieces. The good news is they're so sparse that you probably won't get any on your nails, but I do think that it's just a little bit inconvenient that they threw those in there. So here's the collection, and honestly, looking at this picture of them side by side, I love the color story. I feel like this is the exact color scheme that I'm always going for. If you look at the 5 solid shades, they would be so perfect for a Skittle manicure, and then you can even pop on the little glitter on top and it would just be so cute and perfect. But for whatever reason, I just found that the formulas overall weren't working for me. The top 3 especially, they just did not perform well in my experience. The bottom 3 I honestly liked, and I do think that the 2 pinky shades were the usual formula from Zoya that I have come to expect and love. And I kind of have mixed feelings on the topper. I feel like I would probably be a little bit more positive about it if I liked the collection overall, but I think having those 3 polishes that are really beautiful colors that just didn't work well for me makes me kind of sour on this collection. So that's a huge disappointment, but yeah, let's talk about these a little bit more. So those are the polishes, and as you can see, I really loved the colors, but overall I just was not satisfied with the formulas of this collection, and that was such a huge disappointment for me. I feel like Zoya is usually so consistent. Like, their cream formulas are so good. They're usually one coaters. They apply really smoothly. They don't give me any difficulty or like thickness in certain areas, but I just found that to not be the case with these. The ones that had the slight touch of shimmer, they didn't really self-level out onto the nail, which is something I've struggled with Zoya in the past, but I have found that since they switched to their Z-wide brushes, I do find that they apply more evenly. I just didn't find that to be the case with this collection. And then that beautiful cool toned purple, I don't even understand why it was so sheer and watery. Maybe I got a bad bottle because I actually tried swatching that one a couple of times. The first time I applied it, I was like, maybe I didn't shake it up. So I shook it up, I tried again, and it was still super, super watery. So that was a disappointment as well. The two final cream shades that I swatched, I do think performed really well, and that's kind of what I'm used to from Zoya. And I did like the topper, although I will say, I feel like those larger golden hex glitters kind of didn't make sense in there for me. They were just a little bit too sparse, and it kind of looked like it was accidental. So yeah, the majority of the collection just didn't end up speaking to me, even though it looked so beautiful. I feel like it looks so pretty on the shelf, but yeah, the formulas just ended up being a disappointment. So I am kind of hoping that I got a bad batch or something, because I do think these are really beautiful, but yeah, I just ended up being disappointed. But anyway, now let's get into pricing and availability. All of these polishes are 15 milliliters, and like I said, they do come with a wide flat brush that has a rounded tip, so application super easy. They also have an alternate brush option that you can purchase on the Zoya website that's a round skinny brush, but I will say I strongly prefer this newer brush. But on the Zoya website, they retail for $14 USD each. So I'm gonna link that down in the description. You can check them out if you're interested. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of these polishes? What do you think of the color story? Have you gotten any from this collection, and what do you think of the formulas? Let me know in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. I love you all, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. This is another would you rather question from you guys. So this one is, would you rather only wear warm toned colors or cool toned colors on your nails for an entire year? And I feel like you guys probably know the answer to this. Because there is one color that I don't think I can live without, and that is a cool toned purple. And if I had to go a year without wearing a cool toned purple, I might perish. So yeah, I would have to choose cool tones. It's kind of funny because I feel like I've been saying so much recently that I've been in a very warm toned phase for a while now, for like several months. But I feel like now that the weather is getting warmer, I'm starting to transition back into a cooler tone phase. Like when it comes to summertime and like pool vibes and stuff. And you're probably like, what are you talking about? It's not even spring yet, or is it spring? I don't know. It might be spring. But either way, for a lot of you guys, it's still potentially very cold, but it has been so hot in Vegas. It's literally been like 100 degrees. So I'm already thinking about the pool and stuff. But yeah, when I'm in the pool, I just love having like mermaidy colors on my nails. Honestly, kind of like this collection, but not in this formula. So yeah, this is kind of what I would go for. But yeah, let me know your answer in the comments below. I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Sorry for getting a little worked up. I love you all. Bye.